Namaskar. I am S.M. Chaudhari, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Electrical Engineering, All India Shri Shivaji Memorial Society's Institute of Information Technology, AISSMS IOIT, Pune. This presentation is about Blondels two-reaction theory. It covers the saliency effect which is present in the salient pole synchronous machine, the flux distribution in salient pole machine, Blondels two-reaction model, and the phasor diagram. This is salient pole machine. We can observe the two pole faces, top side and bottom side. You can assume this as north pole, this as south pole. And it is surrounded by cylindrical stator core. This machine and its magnetic circuit can be divided into two parts. One, which is the axis of symmetry of the field system or rotor pole, that is D axis, direct axis, and at 90 degrees to direct axis there is quadrature axis. So this entire machine is divided into two axes, direct axis and quadrature axis. If we observe along direct axis at the top portion, there is very little air gap present between the pole face and the stator core. So here air gap is less. Obviously, the reluctance for magnetic flux will be less. In the similar way, at the bottom portion also, the pole face and stator core are facing each other along direct axis and less air gap, so reluctance along this path for the magnetic flux will be less. Now observe the quadrature axis. Here, the air gap is more, air gap between the rotor core and stator core. So length of air gap is more compared to the direct axis. Hence, reluctance offered to the magnetic flux will be much greater than the direct axis. Just observe this thick line. It is the flux distribution or orientation of flux along direct axis. And this dotted line is the flux orientation along quadrature axis. So this is known as saliency effect of the salient pole machine. Now the points to be noted. Same diagram is drawn here, direct axis, quadrature axis. As we have seen, since the air gap is different along the two axes, the reluctance offered by salient pole machine along D axis, that is direct axis, and Q axis, quadrature axis, is going to be different. Along direct axis, D axis, since less or small air gap is present, so reluctance offered for magnetic flux is less. Along Q axis, it will be more. Now, because of this geometry and saliency effect, you can call it as, the flux distribution along D axis and along Q axis is going to be different. So these are the points to be noted for salient pole machine and the saliency effect. Now, Blondel has proposed a theory based on this flux distribution along direct axis and quadrature axis. So there is going to be difference in analysis part because of the geometry. For non-salient pole machine, the air gap is uniform. That is, the length of air gap between stator and rotor core is almost uniform. And in this case, salient pole machine, it is no longer uniform. It is different along direct axis and different along quadrature axis. So the analysis is to be done in a different way, and this theory is proposed by Blondel. It is known as Blondel's two-reaction model or Blondel's two-reaction theory. As we know, armature reaction effect, it is taken care by the armature reaction reactance, which is denoted by XA. While doing analysis regarding voltage distribution of alternator, we have seen the various reactances: leakage reactance, armature reaction reactance. As per Blondel's two-reaction theory, this XA, armature reaction reactance, will be splitted into two parts. One along direct axis, which is denoted by XAD, and one along quadrature axis denoted by XAQ or XQ. So XA will be combination of XD and XQ, reactance offered along direct axis, reactance offered along quadrature axis. As we know, the magnetic flux is a result of magnetomotive force, MMF. So as per this theory, the stator MMF or armature MMF is composed of two parts or two components, one along direct axis denoted by FAD. It is the MMF of armature along direct axis, and FAQ, MMF of armature reaction along quadrature axis. Thus, the total armature MMF can be denoted by FA, and which is summation of FAD, MMF along direct axis, and FAQ, MMF along quadrature axis. Now we have to develop phasor diagram considering all these parameters. You have to keep in mind this diagram: direct axis, which is the stator pole axis, quadrature axis, which is 90° to it. So for phasor diagram, we'll be plotting these two fluxes, and the various parameters will be plotted with reference to the D axis and Q axis flux. So first, direct axis flux D is plotted as a reference, which is known as main flux produced by main poles. So this is D axis, vertical reference. Main flux acts along D axis. So main flux phi is plotted. It is also known as the axis of reference. Now, as we know, EMF of alternator is produced because of electromagnetic induction. And this EMF obviously lags the flux by 90°. So EMF E is plotted, which is shown at 90° lagging to D axis. As we know, D axis and Q axis are 90° apart. So Q axis is also plotted along E. So this horizontal line consists of EMF, which is 90° lagging to D axis, and the quadrature axis flux lagging the D axis by 90°. Now just see two components, EMF E and armature current. How it is plotted? The armature current IA is lagging E by some angle. We are considering lagging power factor condition. So armature current IA lags E by some angle phi, considering lagging power factor. Now the moment armature current flows Ia, it produces its own flux, which is denoted by phi A. And as we know, the flux and the current which produces that flux, they are shown in phase. So phi A is shown in same phase or in same line as that of Ia. Ia and phi A are in phase. And obviously, this results into production of MMF. Phi A is produced because of armature MMF. So armature MMF FA will be obviously in phase with phi A. So we'll just revise the sequence. First we plot d-axis vertical, main flux phi acting along d-axis. 90-degree lagging to it will be EMF E. As we know, EMF due to electromagnetic induction lags by 90-degree to the flux which produces it. Q axis will be obviously at 90-degree to D axis. Considering lagging power factor, we have plotted IA, which lags E by some angle. It is called as power factor angle. It is not shown in or marked here, phi. So IA lags E by some angle phi. IA produces its own flux, armature flux phi A. These two are in phase. And armature MMF will be obviously in phase with IA. So it is denoted by FA. Now this FA, according to Blondels two reaction theory, will be splitted into two parts. One along direct axis and one along quadrature axis. So this FA is resolved into two components. One component is shown along Q axis, which is known as FAQ or phi AQ. MMF produces flux, so it is denoted by FAQ. And one component which acts along direct axis, denoted by FAD or phi AD. So this is the phasor diagram as per Blondel's two reaction theory.